You're listening to the Empowering Process Podcast with your host, Gail Kraft. Listen as she holds frank discussions around how your purpose, being present, and trusting your power impacts your life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, leader, or developing your vision, you'll find wisdom and insights you can utilize right now. Welcome your host, Gail Kraft.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Empowering Process Podcast and your host, Gail Kraft. Today, we're going to have a conversation all around fear of success. Really, one of my favorite all-time subjects. And I'm going to give you, again, a little story about me when I first had an aha that I even had a fear of success, right? And then we'll talk a little bit about some of the things that get in your way as far as fear of success is concerned. So I used to work for motivational speakers, a few of them, and be able to travel around the country and get to help people grow. And sometimes I would partake in the exercises to help support the team. And I partook in a particular exercise, and one of the question was, so what was the thing that you wanted to overcome? What came up for you in this exercise? So I raised my hand, and the speaker went, so Gail, what is it that you're afraid of that came up? And I said, as I grow, as I change, as I succeed, right, have friends that I'm afraid I'm going to lose along the way, right? That I'm going to leave people behind and they're dear to me. And so his response was, so you have a fear of success? And I went, no, I don't have a fear of success. And then I stopped. Like, holy moly, I do have a fear of success, because the fact of the matter is what I feared actually did happen, right? When I embrace the fact that I'm going to become who I'm going to become because I'm working on me, because I want to be the best me that I can be, that I want to help others be the best possible versions of themselves without the shackles and the chains that we carry around with us from the past. That is in the past. Let's just look at the future. I wanted to be that beacon, but how could I be if I had one chain that I was allowing to hold me back, right? And as I said, that did happen. Guys, I did lose those friends because they're still in the same place they were at when I was 25. They haven't changed. They've gotten into their rut, into their misery, into their agony, because believe me, I was there with them, but they're living that and that serves them. It doesn't serve me anymore. And I love them dearly. They have been part of my life and they are part of who I have become. But in the allowing them to go with love and tenderness, I created space for some amazing people to walk in, right? For some miraculous things to happen in my life that absolutely couldn't happen if my time was absorbed in doing the same old, same old. How can I grow if I'm stuck in the same old, same old? So that is my one of my stories, but really the big one when I had that aha that there actually was a fear of success that I was dealing with, right? So one of the things that you might think about is, what will I lose? For me, that was really my friends, right? So if you're feeling held back and you're not sure, make a list of what it is that you think you'll lose if you move forward to the next step. Not the huge at the end, or actually, yes, at the end. When you have succeeded in whatever it is your goal is, when you've reached there and you stepped into this person that you want to be, or this business that you want to have, or in this position that you know is absolutely, when you want to step in and lean in, what do you lose? Who do you leave behind? Right? So who will you lose? So what will you lose? Who will you lose? Who are the people that are going to be left behind? How important are they? And can you love them anyway and hold a little space for them to show up every once in a while, but don't enter into that space. Let them have their space while you change. for your space and change. Who will I become? Who That's a very scary thing, to become something or someone that is not the you in the moment. What does that mean? Who will I become? Right? So step back and take a look at where it is that you want to go, where you think you want to go. A few sessions back, we talked about, you have to be clear on your purpose, right? Again, be sure of your purpose, that it is definitely a goal that you want to achieve. Be sure of the power that you bring to the table and be present in the moment, right? When you envision who it is that you'll become, what it is that you're going to be doing, think about, okay, so here I am, I'm on stage, I'm in Barcelona. The place is mobbed. I can feel the vibration of the audience pulsing as I step on stage. And I have so much to share with them. And as I walk on stage, I get goosebumps. It's so delicious from the energy and the love that is out there and that I have to share with them. Who have I become? This amazing, powerful woman, this being who was a kid, on the corners of a gang in Boston, right? Who have I become, right? Who was manipulated and controlled in my first marriage? Who have I become who allowed corporate to tell me what's important and what's not? Have I become to allow my children to be who they are? I know that I got them to a certain point and love them dearly, and then I allow them to be. Who have I become? I'm all of those things and none of those things anymore. I will never not be who I was, but I will always have the potential to be so much more. So, who will you become? Think about that. Feel that. Who are the people showing up in your life right now? Because they're different people. And what are they saying about you, these new people who are your supporters, who are your cheerleaders, who are your new tribe? Who are they? And what are the wonderful things that's coming out of their mouth about you? It's a fantastic story. And what did you lose in the process? And can you still love it and still appreciate it and still know that it's not a loss if it was something or someone that was in your life, because that's part of who you have become. Those lessons, those gifts, those experiences are things that you can tap into at any given moment. Say, oh, I remember when I used to feel that way. And you can have empathy for someone who is in that way because you've been there. You can have empathy, but not get sucked into it again. You can step back and say, hey, I've grown to this level. I've achieved my goal and I have new ones. I will always have some place that I'm going. Come with me. There's a journey. There's a path that you can walk. Share that. And so it's a little exercise that you can do after you list out and very clearly feel where you're going, love where you're going, and then answer this question: what will happen if I do this thing? And I want you to journal it. What will happen if I do this thing? Right? I become someone different. I become exciting. I become magnetic. I become an influencer. I become someone who can make change in a massive way. I become more and even more and even more. What will happen or what won't happen if I do this thing? So what won't? So I'm going to do this thing. I am on stage. What won't happen? I won't get stuck behind. I won't stay in the same place. I won't become bored with myself. I won't miss an opportunity to grow. I won't miss an opportunity to learn. I won't miss an opportunity to share with others the truths that I have learned. They're my truths, not yours. but you might learn from them. What will happen if I don't do these things? I will become just who I am. I won't be something more. I won't be able to share with more people. I won't enjoy the feeling of success and failure. I won't live life to the fullest. I won't find life delicious anymore. It won't be juicy. I won't want to bite into what's happening, of the potential. I'll become boring. What will not happen if I don't do this thing? If I don't do this thing, the opportunity for others to learn from me just won't happen. If I don't do this thing, I won't get to do this with you. If I don't do this thing, I don't become something I don't even know what will be. But I'm on the journey, and I'm proud to be there, and I'm scared to be there, and I'm excited to be there, and I can't wait for you to do it too. Everybody, fear of success, we all have it because it means change. And change is stepping into the unknown. And stepping into the unknown is a little bit scary. So accept that it's a little bit scary, just a little bit scary. Reach out for help. Hang on to someone who's already been there and is reaching down to help you along the way. Get support, ask questions, get some tools that you can turn to. Journal, meditate, pray, whatever it takes for you to take a breath, let it out, and take that next step forward. Thank you for sharing the fear of success with me. This is Gail Kraft, the Empowering Process Podcast. And if this moved you, if this brought meaning to you, if there's a nugget that helped you, share this out with folks that also might learn or gain something from this. Leave a comment, subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. I would love to share so much more with you. Enjoy the day. Again, Gail Kraft, the Empowering Process Podcast. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Empowering Process Podcast. Be sure to visit Gail at gailkraft.com to learn more about how she serves thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and goal seekers. And remember, if you like this broadcast, be sure to share and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.